Good afternoon. We are the group 1 of Elect 2. Um, Before we discuss the largest dams in North America and Europe, we first must understand the basic parts or the fundamental parts of a hydroelectric plant. So it will be discussed by Lorzano briefly. Lorzano.
Good afternoon. I'm going to discuss the parts of the hydroelectric power plant. So sa nakikita nyo ngayon, yan yung parts ng hydroelectric power plant. Yung makikita nyo, yung dam, yan yung pinaka-structure, tapos yung generator connected sa turbine, yun yung nag-generate ng electricity, yung generator, tapos yung transformer, yun sa conversion sa voltage, tapos yung powerhouse, kaya tinawag na powerhouse, nandun yung yan, sa hydropower plant na yan, nandun yung transformer, generator, tsaka turbine. Yan. Tapos yung power lines, yung nakakonekta dun sa transformer. Tapos may control gate sa ilalim, tapos may penstock, turbine. Okay, next, i-discuss naman yung mga definition yan. Sa dam, yun yung kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, yan yung pinaka-structure. Kasi from the definition, yung it is a large man-made structure built to contain some body of water and obstruct its flow. So yan yung pinaka-structure. Tapos, it should be built at a location where the height of the river is sufficient to get the maximum possible potential energy. So, dapat mataas yung height nung sa river. Next. As control gate, yan yung sa diagram kanina, yung nandun sa ba. Yan yung nagko-control ng flow. The gates are closed, are located inside the dam. The water from the reservoir is released and controlled through these gates. So, yun nga, yung nagko-control ng flow ng water. Yung pupunta dun sa penstock, dun sa diagram kanina yung nasa baba. Tapos, these are called inlet gates because water enters from the power generation unit through these gates. When the control gates are open, the water flows due to gravity through the penstock and towards to the turbine. Okay, next. Penstock. Yan, dyan nadaan yung water. The penstock is a long pipe. Yung kanina, kung makikita nyo, nandun siya sa underground. Yung definition. The penstock is a long pipe or the shaft that carries water flowing from the reservoir towards the power generation unit comprised of turbines and generator. Turbine. Yung turbine na yan, yung nagko-convert ng yan yung, dyan napunta yung tubig galing sa penstock. A turbine converts the energy of flowing water into a mechanical energy. So it transfers the energy from moving water to a rotating shaft to generate electricity. O sabi ko nga kanina, yan yung nakakonect dun sa generator. Turbines rotate and spin as a response to water being introduced to their blades. Next. Generator yan yung naka-connect sa turbine. Sa loob ng generator, merong mga magnets, tapos the giant magnets rotate as copper coils producing alternating current by moving electrons. Tapos, it is the rotation of the shaft inside that produces magnetic field and is converted into electricity by electromagnetic field induction. So yun yung nangyayari dun sa loob, kaya nagkakaroon ng electricity. Na-discuss na yun sa atin before dati. Next. Tapos transformer. Sa transformer naman, yan yung kumukuha ng AC tapos kino-convert sa higher voltage. Para ready na yan papunta dun sa next part natin na power lines. Next. powerhouse, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na makikita nyo dun sa picture. Hindi ako sure, pero siguro dun sa yung building na yan, yun yung powerhouse, at sa loob niyan meron yung turbine. Dahil mali yung definition ito.
Okay na? May powerhouse. Okay, so next po ay yung quick recap po ng types ng hydro power turbine. Para po ma-familiarize, mamaya may mga mention na turbine na nagamit. So, ito po yung in-depth explanation po ng mga types.
So ito yung types ng hydropower turbine. Meron siyang dalawa, impulse and reaction. So sa impulse, sa impulse ay the turbine generally uses the velocity of the water to move the runner and discharges to atmospheric pressure. So ang flow ng water niya dito, ito yung pinaka-main part ng impulse turbine. Basically ang horizontal na magtutulak dito sa mismong bucket. Ganito yung runner, may casing siya kung saan ito nakapaloob ang bakit? Ang purpose ng casing ay para hindi man yung mga water na nagtutulak ay hindi lumabas. Then, yun, ito hand wheel nagpakontrol yung flow from the penstock na dumadaloy. Then, ito tends to be used in smaller hydroelectric sites with power output between 5 to 100 kilowatts. So, Pelton turbine. So, ang Pelton turbine is part of impulse. O, tangential flow impulse turbine in which the pressure energy of water is converted into kinetic energy to form high-speed water jet, and this jet strikes the wheel tangentially to make it rotate. So yung kaninang picture nga, ganun ang pinakang structure or flow. Saan horizontally na yung flow ng water na nagtutulak dito sa mismong bucket niya. So yun, it is called as Pelton wheel. Katulad nga nung kanina, so the nozzle and the flow regulating arrangement, water from the source is transferred through penstock to which end a nozzle is provided. Etong penstock, na dito dumadali yung water from the river or kung ano man. Tapos ito yung pinakang hand wheel, then yung water na dumadali sa penstock, kasalo to nung bucket. So ang ibig sabihin ng runner and bucket is circular disc. The buckets mounted are either double hemispherical or double ellipsoidal shape. So ito yung casing na the whole arrangement of a runner and bucket, inlet and drain are covered by the casing. So ang purpose niya para lang makasing yung, syempre, habang umiikot yung buckets makontain yung water. The braking jet is used to stop the running wheel when it's not working. Yung pinakang taas is yung brake nozzle. So, ang second part na type A cross flow, a drum shape and uses an elongated rectangular section nozzle directed against curvings on a cylindrically shaped runner. Nagre-resemble siya as squirrel cage. Allows the water to flow through the blade twice. And the first pass is when the water flows from the outside of the blade to the inside. The second pass is from inside back. So, ito na-develop to accommodate where water flows and lower heads than the Pelton. Water enters flat instead of a round jet. So, ito yung cross flow. Yan, may dalawa siyang type, horizontal inlet and vertical inlet. Kita naman yung difference. Bali, ang flow ng water is horizontal and then yung isa naman is vertical yung flow.
So, dagdag ko lang, yung last nating report, di ba, nakaspecify siya kung horizontal o vertical. Ito yung sabihin nun. So, nagkakaiba siya. Ginagamit siya ng mga engineer based kung saan mas convenient gamitin yung pa-horizontal o pa-vertical. Kung saan mas makakuha ng wattage yung generator.
Process. The water flows over and under inlet guide vanes, which direct flow to ensure that the water hits the rotor in the correct angle for maximum efficiency. So yun, sinabi nga ni Edel na ginagamit siya depende kung saan mas effective. Then the water then flows over the upper rotor blades, producing a torque on the rotor. So kita naman kung paano pagtulak ng water, force ng water. Then through the center of the rotor and back across the low rotor blades, producing more torque in the rotor. So most of the power is extracted by the upper blades. So makikita kapag yung sa horizontal or vertical, ang dinadaanan ng water is may certain part ang ikot. The next. Yan ang pinaka-basic parts ng cross flow. May inlet adapter, then inlet guide vane, air inlet valve, rotor. Ito yung sinasabing rotor, kung saan nag-flow yung water. Then the draft tube, kung saan naka-case. Inlet adapter ay yun. Yan, pares lang naman yan. Iba lang yung pinakang structure. Iba lang yung pinakang inlet adapter, then inlet dividance, main turbine casing, then yun lang, pares lang yan. Adol.
Ako dyan. Okay, sa reaction tube, sa klase ng reaction turbine, it develops power from the combined action of pressure and moving water. And the runner is placed directly in the water stream flowing over the blades rather than striking each individually. So ito mga to ay generally used for sites with lower head and higher flows than compared with the impulse turbines. With lower head kasi ayun nakalagay, siya ay nakuha niya yung kanyang power galing sa pressure at moving water. Kung higher head yan, iba ang gagamitin natin turbine kasi ito ay hindi masyadong nagre-rely dun sa height ng head. Ito, comparison ng impulse at reaction. Yung impulse turbine mas traditional siya. Ito yung kita niyo yung rotor, mas similar siya doon sa mga ginagamit dati nung medieval age na parang water wheel. So doon inspired yung design nito. Yung reaction motor, mas advanced siya. Mas modern yung design. Gawa naman rotating nozzle. Parang galing siya sa loob. Tapos siya yung nagpro-provide ng momentum dun sa rotor. The main types of reaction turbine is the propeller, Francis, and the kinetic. Ito yung propeller, parang LSC. It's a runner with 3 to 6 blades in which the water contacts all of the blades constantly para maikot. Tapos siya yung pupunta sa turbine. Bulb turbine, the turbine and generator are a sealed unit placed directly in the water stream. So ito yung kanyang itsura. Straw flow. Kind of generator. The generator is attached directly dun sa perimeter ng turbine. Tube turbine, yung penstock natin, just before or after the runner, ay nakabend. ito. Allowing a straight line connection to the generator. Kaplan turbine, ito yung tsura niya. Both the blades and wicket gates are adjustable, allowing for a wider range of operation. Ito yung common na turbine, Francis turbine. As a runner with fixed buckets or vanes, usually 9 or more. So, yun ay para mas efficient yung pag-collecta ng flowing water. Then water is introduced just above the runner and all around it, and then falls through, causing it to spin. So ito yung kinetic, also called as free flow turbine. So nagge-generate siya ng electricity from, yun nga, kinetic energy na nahanap sa mga flowing water. So ideal siya sa river kasi sa river naman, mga rumaragasang ilog naman, dun nahanap yung ating flowing water, hindi sa mga lake, ganun. So kinetic system utilize the water stream, yun, natural pathway. They do not require diversion of water through man-made channel, riverbeds, or pipes. Pero may application din sila doon. So ang maganda rito, hindi nila kailangan ng mahal na civil infrastructure. Kasi nagre-rely sila doon sa mismong galaw ng tubig. So, yun lang po. So, dako na tayo sa mismong topic. Una ay largest hydropower plants in Europe. So, binis namin yung ranking sa installed capacity. So, yung installed capacity po. Apo, sa megawatts po ang ranking.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Ako po
Hi.
si Rakajin.
Hi po, Raquel. Hi,
You can call me Neme Di Balu. Ang nasa top 10 po ay yung Keban Dam sa buong Europe po. Top 10 po sa buong Europe. Yung pong Keban Dam ay matatagpuan sa sa Turkey, sa Keban Barrage. Ang height po niya ay 207 meter. Ang length po ay 1,097 meter. Ang structure volume po ay 84.5 million cubic meter. Ang impounds po niyan ay sa Euphrates. Ang install capacity po ay 1,300 megawatts. Nung natapos po ang paggagawa ng Keban Dam ay nung 1974 po. Wala pa po, sir. Wala pa sa kalingkingan. Ang turbine po ay 157.5 megawatts. Bawas yung Francis type naman po ay 4 by 175.50 megawatts. Ang operator po ng Keban Dam ay State Hydraulic Works. Opo. Yun po. The Keban Dam is a hydroelectric dam on the Euphrates located in the Elazig province of Turkey. The dam was the first and uppermost of several large-scale dams to be built on Euphrates by Turkey Keban Dam Lake. The reservoir created by Keban Dam has surface area of 675 square kilometer and is reputedly the fourth largest lake in Turkey after Lake Van, Lake Tuz, and the reservoir created by the Atatürk Dam. The construction of dam and its subsequent reservoir resulted in involuntary resettlement of approximately 25,000 people. Yun po. Sir?
Yung pong napilitang umalis. Involuntary. RJ. Del Pilar. Pa rin, di ba?
RJ.
Balo.
Nasaan na?
Nawala
Mukhang
na.
nagre-reconnect.
RJ.
Nawala.
Nakamute
Nakamute.
ka. Balo.
Baka nagre-reconnect.
Hello, hello.
po.
Hello, mic test. Hello. Hello, mic test. Hello. Hello.
Hey,
Daw.
Ang Grande Dixence Dam po ay nasa Switzerland po.
saan?
Sa Hemerens in the canton of Valles in Switzerland. Bago po ang type of dam ay gravity dam. Ang reservoir po ay 400 million cubic meter. Ang height po ay 285 meter. Ang length po ay 700 meter. Structure volume po ay 84.5 million cubic meter. Ang impounds po ay yung sa Dixence River po. Installed capacity ay 2,069 megawatts. Nung natapos po ang paggagawain noong 1961, mas matagal pa po dun kaysa sa una, dun sa top 10. Ang operator po ay Grande Dixence SA Energy OS Suse. Yun po. Yun nga po, sabi ko po kanina yung nagmula sa the Val de Heremens in the canton of Valles in Switzerland. Ang taas po ay 935 feet. Ang tallest gravity dam in the world po yan. Fifth tallest, opo.
Oh, talaga?
Tallest gravity dam daw po. Gravity dam. In the world
Sa
po.
buong mundo po.
Grabe naman yun.
Bago
Tingnan mo,
bago
tangkad.
po ay fifth tallest dam overall. Panglima daw po na pinakamataas na dam.
Ito kayo?
Hindi po.
Yung
tallest
isa po ay gravity dam. Ang sunod naman po ay yung tallest dam naman po. Opo. At yan po yung tallest dam in Europe. Opo. Ang primary purpose po of hydroelectric power generation, the dam fuels for power stations totaling installed capacity to 2,069 megawatts, generating approximately 2,000 GWh annually.
Gigawatt.
Opo.
Billion. Ano yung bill? 9.
9. Opo. At yan daw pong Grande Dixence Dam ay ang nananatiling world tallest gravity dam sa buong mundo po.
Sabi mo.
Opo, gravity dam. Opo. Opo, opo. Next. Yung Atatürk Dam naman po ay ang country po ay sa Turkey din po. Ang reservoir volume po ay 48.7 billion cubic meter height. Opo. Ang height po ay 169 meter. Ang length po ay 1,819 meter. Structural height po ay 166 meter. Structure volume po ay 84.5 million cubic meter. Ang installed capacity po ay 2,400 megawatts. Bagus ang turbines po ay Francis type 8 by 300 megawatts.
Ano po, yung ito po. Kita ba?
Yan.
Ito po. Kita po. Yan.
Opo.
Na parang sa gilid daw galing tapos pababa. Apo. Sa runner po, apo.
Opo.
Apo.
Next.
Laki.
Yung Atatürk Dam po is part of the Southeastern Anatolia project. Atatürk pa pala. Atatürk. Sorry po, sir po. Hindi ko.
Atatürk.
Hindi po.
Alam mo ba yan?
Hindi po.
Hindi mo pala kilala?
President.
President.
Parang bayani po. Ganun.
Tapos si Del Pilar.
Ano po?
G po, sir.
Mesopotamia. Ay, hindi pala. Mesopotamia. Ano nga yan?
Atatürk.
Hirap po. Byzantium.
At umlaut. Atatürk.
Ang RJ.
Atatürk. Nagtatürk pala yan. Atatürk. Opo. Yung Atatürk Dam daw po ay the largest of the 22 dams.
Anong
Nako, kasayaw ka ata. Kasayaw ka pala. Kasayaw ka pala.
Atatürk. Atatürk. The largest of the 22 dams, 19 hydroelectric power station and network of irrigation canals being built in Euphrates, Tigris, and Upper Mesopotamia basins. Ilog po. Opo, yung malalaking ilog po. Opo. Opo. Next. Yan naman po. Ang Zhiguli Hydroelectric Station. Matatagpuan po yan sa Russia. Type of dam, embankment dam. Impounds. Opo. Volga River. Ang height po ay 52 meter. Ang length po ay 2,800 meter. Ang turbine po ay 4 by 120 megawatts. Tapos po 16 by 125 megawatts. Installed capacity po ay 2,488 megawatts. Year completed 1957. Ang may-ari po ay Bratsk Hydro. Next. Opo, matagal po. Mas matagal pa po dun sa tatlo.
Yung 6 talent pa.
Ba't po puro
So,
tin lahat ang huli? Putin.
Putin.
Oh,
Karpog.
Sova.
Jokic.
Sova.
Salon.
Schwarzenegger.
Yun.
Iba na yun.
Ay, bagay.
Doncic.
Opo.
Ayusin mo basa, Del Pilar.
Sige.
Del Pilarski.
Ayusin mo basa.
The idea of hydroelectric station on Volga near Samara Bend was proposed by Gleb Zhiguli in 1910. Krasnoyarsk in 1910. Tagal na. 10 years later, Keban Dam. Opo. Hydroelectric station near Parivoloki. Utilizing natural existing water level difference, the disrupted economic system of time did not allow this project to be realized. In 1930s, Volga near Samara Bend and Yaroslavl was surveyed and some dam projects were proposed. The Hydro Project Institute made a survey in 1949, after which a decision was made to build the hydroelectric station near Zhiguli. Yan po. Installed power po ay 2.1 gigawatts was approved. Construction was started as before with first labor use. Construction was completed in 1957 po. Next.
Forced labor use.
Opo.
Karl Marx.
Sa Russia po. Oo nga po. Opo.
So, ang next po is Volga Hydroelectric Station po. So, matatagpuan po ito sa Russia. So, ang type of dam niya is combined gravity and rock-filled dam.
Wala po, sir.
So
Ito
ang
po.
rock-filled dam po,
Yung Volga.
rock-filled dam po, based po sa Google, is a kind of embankment or so-called earth rocks dam is a water-retaining barrier composed of three major parts. Field of loose rock by damping or roller compaction in previous membrane made by masonry, concrete, asphaltic concrete, steel. Yan lang po. Opo. May mga bato-bato po. So, ang impounds niya po is sa Volga River din po. So, yung height niya is 44 meters. Yung length niya is 725 meters. So, ang owner niya is Rus Hydro, katulad ng report ni Del Pilar. So, yung total capacity niya is 31.5 kilo cubic meter or 8 cubic mile. Ang surface area niya is 3,107 kilo squared meter. So yung turbine niya is 7 by 115 megawatts, 10 by 125.5 megawatts, 5 by 120 megawatts, 1 by 11.0 megawatts. Francis turbine din po siya. So, wait lang.
6,
16 po.
5, 6, 7, 23. 23.
20. $13 po.
23 po.
23.
23 ka. Sorry.
7, 10. Hindi po, 7.
7 plus 10 plus 5.
7 plus 10 plus 5 plus
23 po.
23 nga po, sir.
23 nga po, sir.
Galit.
Apo, sir.
Opo.
So,
Galit.
Opo, magkakaiba po yung kanya.
Pero hindi po ni-specify kung anong type.
Um, 2007 na. Wait, nakindicate ba?
Alin po? Gigawatts yung ano po?
Megawatts po.
2.7 gigawatts po.
2.7 gigawatts po.
2.774.
7.4. So, okay. So, year completed niya po is 1961. Next
Next ba?
Medyo may katandaan na din po yung mga dam sa Russia po. Inawan po. Edel.
Next, yan. Choppy, sorry.
So, yung Volga Hydroelectric Station or Volga GES, also known as 22nd Congress of CPSU Stalingrad Volgograd Hydroelectric Power Station, is the largest hydroelectric station in Europe, and it is the last Volga-Kama cascade of dams immediately before the Volga River flows into Caspian Sea. It was the largest power station in the world between 1960 and 1963. Today, it is operated by the electricity company Rushydro.
Next na?
Okay, then. So yung static inverter niya is The HVDC Volga Donbas is a 475 kilometers long bipolar. Adel.
Next na. Hindi ko marinig.
Long bipolar high voltage direct current power line used for transmitting electric power from Volga Hydroelectric Station at Volgograd in Russia to Donbas in eastern Ukraine and vice versa. So yung HVDC po is high voltage direct current po. So the Volgograd Donbas system was the second HVDC scheme built in the former Soviet Union. So yung Soviet Union po, yung dating pangalan po ng Russia po. Following the Moscow Kashira HVDC scheme which had already been shut down. The Volgograd Donbas system can transfer a maximum power of 750 megawatts when completed in 1965. Its operating voltage is positive-negative 400 kilovolt, was the highest in the world and remained so until the completion of positive-negative 450 kilovolts Nelson River scheme in 1977. The scheme is today in a bad state and only operated with a voltage of 100 kilovolts. Dahil po siguro sa katandaan po. Next. So, ang top 5 po is Boguchany Dam. Located din po siya sa Russia. So, ang type dam niya po is katulad din po ng Volga, which is combined gravity and rock fill dam. So, ang impound niya po is Angara River. Ang height po is 96 meter. Length is 2,587 meters. Ang owner po niya is Rus Hydro din po. So, surface area is 2,326 kilo square meter. So, yung maximum water depth niya po, o yung lalim, is 75 meter po. So, yung spill, kilometer po. Kilo square meter po. Kilo square meter.
Kilometer. Kilo.
Kilometer squared. Ay, pero yung basa po sa akin ni kilo square meter po.
Hindi.
Sa
Kilometer.
Square kilometer yan eh.
Kilometer. Okay po. Okay po. So yung spillway type, surface step, and penstock go controlled. So spillway capacity is 11,078 cubic meter per second. So yung turbine niya po ay 16 by 240 megawatt Francis po. So installed capacity niya is yung labasan po spillway. Po. Labasan po. Naka-Edel. Edel lang.
Louding. Wala akong marinig, Chap ito.
Spillway capacity.
Anong sabi?
Spillway daw, Edel.
Spillway capacity.
Chappy.
Yan po.
Wala akong mag-intindihan.
Medyo kan po choppy si Edel. Pero okay. So year completed po niya is 2012 po. Recently lang din po. Next, Edel.
Next. Okay.
So Boguchany Dam is a large hydroelectric dam on the Angara Dam Angara River in Kodensik, Krasnoyarsk, Russia. It has installed capacity of 2,997 megawatts. Construction of the power plant was completed when a ninth and final generator was brought online in January 2015. Opo. Bata pa po. Next, Edel. So, ang next po is, medyo mahirap po i-pronounce to. Opo.
Opo, sir. Malaki po ang Russia.
Malaki po kasi ang Russia.
Opo. Powerhouse talagang Russia eh.
Opo, marami po.
So, medyo mahirap pong i-pronounce yung... Pero tatry mo. Ust-Ilimsk. Parehas pong L yun. Ust-Ilimsk. Opo, medyo mahirap pong i-pronounce. So, ang country niya, Russia po. So, ang type of dam, concrete gravity. So, ang impound niya po is Angara River din po. So, yung height niya is 105 meter. So, ang length is 1,475 meter. So, yung owner niya is Irko Choknegro. Yan po. So, yung turbine niya is 16 by 240 megawatts. Francis type installed capacity of 4,515 megawatts po. Francis. So, yung installed capacity niya is 3,840 megawatts. So, your year completed niya is 1974 po. Matanda na din po. Next. So yung Ust-Ilimsk Hydroelectric Power Station is a concrete gravity dam on the Angara and the adjacent hydroelectric power station. It is located near yung Ust-Ilimsk Oblast in Russia and is the third dam on Angara Cascade. Construction on dam began in 1963. Its reservoir began filling in 1970 and its was commissioned in 1980. Next. Next, Adel.
Kulit.
So ang third po sa third dam po sa Russia is Bratsk Hydroelectric Power Station po, located in Russia. So ang type of dam niya po is gravity dam. Impound is Angara River din po. So yung height niya is 124.5 meter. Ang length niya is 924 meter. Owner is katulad din yung nung Ust-Ilimsk na yung owner niya po. So yung turbine niya is 15 by 250 megawatts and 3 by 255 megawatts and 18 Francis hydro turbines. So ang installed capacity niya is 4,515 megawatts. Year completed po is 1967. Tandaan natin po. Next. Opo, yung kanila. So,
2012.
So yung turbine hull contains po ng 18 Francis hydro turbine units, 250 megawatt each with 106 meter of operating head. A 5,140 meter long penstock forms the Bratsk reservoir with a 4,500 megawatt capacity and 22.6 terawatt hour of annual output po. Kada year po yun. Annual po. Tera.
12 po.
Ilang gata? 12 po.
12. Megatera.
Giga po. Ang laki po. Sa annual naman po yan. Apo.
Kahit na, laki pa rin yan.
So, it is Russia's second largest single producer of hydroelectricity output is distributed into 500 kilovolts power line and 220 kilovolt lines po. Next. Pangalawa po. So, yun na nga po yung specification po ng dam niya po is concrete wall 924 meter long and 125 meter high at the maximum stationary part of 515 meter long, water drop part 242 meter long, dam part 167 meter. So by wall house 516 meter long po, yung river bank concrete walls all is 506 meter long, yung right bank ground wall is 2,987 meter long, yung left is 723 meter long. So on the top of the dam po, there are may railway daw po, which is Tay-Shit Lena Railway line po, and a vehicle road sa taas po ng dam. Meron pong railway line po at vehicle road po. Next.
Okay. Ang second largest dam in Europe is the Krasnoyarsk Dam, which is located in Russia. Type of dam is gravity dam. Ang impound niya, pupunta siya sa Yenisei River. Ang height niya ay 124 meters, which is not too tall. Wala siyang given na length at saka turbine. So, ang installed capacity niya ay 6,000 megawatts. So, year completed. Sir, wala pong hindi po opo. Yung ano po Sir? Hello? Hello? Choppy po. Choppy. Hello po. Hindi po mahanapan po. So the Krasnoyarsk Dam significantly influences the local climate. Normally, the river would freeze over in the bitterly cold Siberian winter, but because the dam releases unfrozen water buong year, yung river niya hindi nagpo-frost, hindi tuloy nagpo-frost. So dahil dun sa kasi ang Russia po ay extremely cold. So normally po yung mga river sa kanila nag-freeze po yung surface completely. Pero dahil po sa sobrang laki ng dam, yung dapat po na-freeze na tubig, iniipon po niya, pinagagamit sa planta, tapos hindi po nag-yelo. Ganoon po kalaki yung dam. So, ang first ay yung Sayano Shushenskaya Dam. Sa Russia pa rin po. So top 5 sa Europe ay sa Russia po. So, type of dam. Opo. Yes, sir. So malapit siya dun sa top 2. Type of dam niya ay arch gravity dam. Impound rin niya ay sa Yenisei River. Ang reservoir volume niya ay 31.3 billion cubic meter. May height siya na 242 meters. Installed capacity ay 6,400 megawatts. Largest sa Europe. Yes, sir. Tapos po, meron siyang 10 600 megawatt turbine. 1985 siya na ging operational. So, yun nga po. Largest hydroelectric dam in Europe. The plant was closed after an accident in 2009. Gawa po ng mga turbine po ay luma na. Tapos, kailangan po i-restart. Doon po sa pagre-restart na yon ay bigla pong nag-fail po. Tapos, ang ginawa po nila, yung lahat ng turbine na yon ay na-replace po nila. So, noong 2014 po, yung all 10 generators are operational. So, nagana na po uli. Naayos po nila. So, next po ay sa North America naman. North America. Si Lorjano.
Number 10, ito yun sa North America. Number 10, Chief Joseph Dam. Yung type ng dam niya ay concrete dam, tas run of the river, tas impounds yung pinaka-reservoir niya yung Columbia River, tas yung height ay 72 meters, tas yung length ay 1,817 meters. Tapos ang spillway niya ay service gate control, tas yung capacity ay 6,030 meter cube per second. Tapos creates rufous wood lake. Ibig sabihin yan, yung dahil dun sa pagkakagawa ng dam, yan yung parang naging artificial lake. Tapos yung total capacity ay 636 million meter cube. Next. Yung turbine niya, 27 na Francis type. Yan yung, kung mapapansin nyo, yung dun sa unang report, kahit dun sa Philippines na dam, common talaga yung Francis type. Yung Francis type na yan, pinakita kanina, pero yung actual na itsura talaga niya, nung sinuch ko, para siyang spiral na yung fins nung pinaka-blade ay airfoil. So yun nga, may high pressure and low pressure region. Yun yung Francis type na yan. Tapos yung pinaka-capacity niya, 2,069 megawatt. Pero yung overload capacity, umaabot ng 2,614 megawatts. Tapos yung service station, si unit 2. Tapos yun yung hydro, 219. Next na din. Chief Joseph Dam, yung dam na yan ay ginawa siya ng course of engineering. So pagkakaalam ko yan may parang associated sa military. Kaya kita nyo na din dun sa Opo. Opo, sir. Siya ay located din sa Columbia River in North Central Washington. Tapos, yung storage water ay from reservoir. Tapos, yung as power revenues to assist in paying for irrigation features are necessary for present and future irrigation. So, yun yung purpose niya. Hindi lang sa power generation, kundi irrigation din. Next. Number 9 is Daniel Johnson Dam. Ang type ng dam niya ay concrete, multi-arc, buttress. Kung makikita niyo naman physically yung dam, maraming arc nga. Tapos impounds yung Manicouagan River. Tapos yung height niya ay 214 meters. Tapos ang length ay 1,314 meters. Width niya yung crest, pinaka dulo. Yun. So, 3 meters. Siguro yung width base 22.5 meters. Tapos yung volume ng dam ay 2.2 cubic meter. Opo, sir. Tapos yung spillway type niya, gate control. Tapos creates Manicouagan Reservoir. So, sobrang laki ng dam. Yun yung na-create niyang artificial na lake. Next. Kasi yung total capacity niya ay 142 kilometer cube ba yun? Sir. United States. Quebec, Canada. Apo.
North America po yung kanila, sir.
Apo. Tapos ang catchment area niya ay 29,241 km squared. Tapos surface area 1,950 km squared. Tapos yung operator na Hydro-Quebec. So ang commission date. Apo. Tapos kinomission siya noong 1970. So, sir, kung kailan po yung po sir, yung kung kailan talaga nag-start yung operation. Sa turbines niya, din sa dalawa kasi yung power generation, parang power generation unit nila, parang dalawa yan. Yung isa, 8, yung isa ang hina-house niya ay 8 na turbine na 199.5 Francis type ulit. Yung tawag nila dun sa power generation unit na yung Manic 5. Tapos yung isa yung Manic 5A, 4 naman na 266 megawatt na Francis type ulit. Kasi yung installed capacity, yung sa Manic 5, 1,596 megawatt. Kasi yung sa Manic 5PA, ang capacity niya ay 1,064 megawatts. Kasi yung, di ba dalawa nga yan, so may penstock dalawa, 1,000 meter long or 1 kilometer long, tapos yung diameter ng concrete line na penstock ay 11 meters. Next. Daniel Johnson Dam, yan ay pinangalan after ni Daniel Johnson Sr. who launched the construction work in 1959 when he was a Minister of Water Resources. Tapos, Mr. Johnson, who subsequently became the Premier of Quebec, passed away during the night before the official inauguration on September 26, 1968. Then the event finally took place 1 year later, and the dam has borne his name ever since. Okay, next. Robert Moses Niagara Hydroelectric Power Station, country Canada. Tapos yung creates, yung dinefine ko nga kanina, yung nagawa ng dam sa gawa ng malaking lake. Yan yung ang tawag doon ay Moses Niagara Power Plant 4 Bay. Tapos yung capacity ay 740 million US gallons. Tapos yung nag-start yung operation noong 1961. Tapos ang type ng dam niya ay gravity dam. Isang reservoir capacity ay 22 gallons of water. Penstock niya ay 140 meters long, tapos 8 meters in diameter. Oh, sir. Apo.
Typographic po. Santos.
Opo. Opo, sir.
Typographic po, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry
Opo,
po.
sir.
Okay. Saan? Apo. Kagulo. Teka lang po. Nag-exit. Name tayo, ano? Tama, ganun. Teka lang. Teka lang po. Ibang nangyari. North. Nasaan yung north? Ito. Hindi, ito pa rin po yun. Ito rin po. Apa.
Tapos, kasi yung
Up yung
tapos kasi yung plant nag-open, yung power plant nag-open siya noong 1961. Tapos meron siyang 13 turbines na 200,000 horsepower bawat isa. Tapos yung pinaka-output niya ay 2,300 megawatts. Tapos sir, sa na-search ko po about dyan, hindi po nabanggit kung anong type ng turbine yung ginamit. Tapos yung main structure ng power station, 561 meters long by 118 meters high by 177 meters wide. Tapos yung Niagara Power Project was named after Robert Moses Power Generating Station after its builder, Robert Moses. Tapos Moses pa. Robert Moses. Apo. Tapos dun sa intake niya, ano yun, 2.27 millions of water per second are drawn through the 213 meter long intakes located below the water level. Tapos yung gate, vertical lift gate niya 400,000 kilogram. And each is housed in a structure na yung laki ng structure da kung saan nandun yung gate ay 15 meters wide and 20 meters high. Next. Tapos yung penstock niya 140 meters long, tapos 8 meters in diameter. Tapos yung water is discharged directly from Niagara River after passing through the turbines. Tapos yung ay 1,900-acre water reservoir is utilized to feed the turbines during the daytime that holds, ito po yung correction, 22 billion gallons of water. Tapos yung Burns and McDonnell, hindi nasabi kung anong type ng control system, pero mag-undergo siya ng improvement sa automation system. Yung brand ay Ovation Automation System. Sure, sa na-search ko po, yan lang. Yan po yung info na nakalagay po dun. Yan na lang po yung info na search ko about po dun sa control system. Hindi na po nasabi kung ba't siya i-modernize na qualified sa anti-terrorism, sa yung Department of Homeland. Hindi po na-state kung bakit po yun yung naging modernization niya. Tapos yung control system na yan, yung Ovation Automation System, yan na yung part, sinasabi ko part siya ng modernization na na-implement nung simula ng 2019, tas magtutuloy-tuloy siya ng 14 years. Tapos yung upgrade na yan, kasama na dyan yung digital components, yung para sa lahat ng control facilities, kaya siya naging modernization. Tapos modern control room, tapos new protection schemes for physical and cyber attacks. So yun nga yung sinasabi at dinidiscuss kanina na yun yung magiging yung system na yun yung protection against para doon. Next. Number 7, yung La Grande 4. Country na sa Canada. Kinommission siya noong 1984. Tapos yung hydraulic head na ang taas niya ay 116 meters. Tapos yung turbine niya 9 na 308.8 megawatts na Francis type ulit na turbine. Tapos yung installed capacity ay yung 2,779 megawatt. Tapos yung voltage 13.8 kilovolt, tapos frequency 60 Hz. Tapos yung head 116 meters, tapos yung speed sa pagkakaalam mo sa turbine to 128.6 RPM. So yung annual production niya ay 13,670 gigawatt per hour. Next. Yung La Grande 4, yan yung Canada's third largest hydroelectric project. So yung dam ay 125 meters high, tas lapad niya ay 3,800 meters, tas yung spillway capacity of 7,335 cubic meters per second. Thus, the spillway at the Grande 3 and 4 have curved ski jump design. Yan yung curved ski, yung curved ski jump design, so nabasa ko, nag-search ko about dyan. Yan yung medyo ang tawag dun. Parang medyo pag tumama yung water dun sa pataas, may yung ibang part ay tataas kasi pagka masyadong malakas, nakaka-damage daw ng structure. So yan yung ginawa nilang design dyan, yung ski jump design with an upward lip that projects the jet of water dozens of meters into the air. Sir, yung water po. Yung iba po ay pataas po para hindi po madamage yung structure. Dahil sa Opo. Tapos yun nga, yung nabanggit ko, na-explain ko kanina, yung design na yun, nagdi-dissipate ng part of water energy and prevents structural damage.
So, ang top 6 naman sa North America is Keban Dam. Country niya is Canada. Type of dam is embankment dam. Sa embankment dam, di ba kanina sinabi naman na ano yun? Or siya na earth filled, which is, kung na-search ko parang instead of parang compacted stone ang ginamit. Then yung reservoir volume is 61.7 billion cubic meter. Height niya is 243 meters. Turbines, number of turbines yan, 6. Hindi man nakalagay kung anong mismo turbine yung mga Pelton drives. Hindi nakalagay. So yung installed capacity is 2,805 megawatts. Year completed 1981. Puro 90. And annual generation is 7,200 gigawatt hour. So next. Saka ang history niya is, yun, hina-harness niya yung Columbia River. Then, Keban Dam was the third and final requirement under the Columbia River Treaty signed by Canada. Parang nung nabasa ko dyan, may 3 dam na project dyan sa Columbia River. Then, government din na nag-allow, and then construction began in 1967 and ended on March 23, 1973. So, konti lang yung details na nakita ko. Yung top 5 naman is W.A.C. Bennett Dam. Named after official din siya ng government. Hindi ko lang matandaan kung president ba siya doon. Then country, Canada. Total capacity, 74 cubic kilometer. Owner, so nagko-control din ay BC Hydro. Height, 180 meter. Length, 2,068 meters. The number of turbine, 10. Hindi din naka-indicate kung anong turbine na ginamit. Installed capacity, 2,730 megawatts. Annual generation, 13.3 terawatt hour. And then type, earth-filled dams. Yung katulad nung sa top 6 na parang ang embankment niya is stone. Then, ng reservoir, nag-create siya ng tinatawag nilang Yellowstone Lake.
Next na.
Next na po.
Hello.
Sige po. So, ang history niya is, construction began 1968. Then, operation niya, 1968. The dam was named after yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina. Official ng government Premier, W.A.C. Bennett, because his vision played a major role in the project, initiating development of the reality. Oh. Adol.
Lah. Hello.
Idol.
Yeah, Del po.
Yung task manager, Idol.
Kita pa ba? Kita pa?
Idol.
Nakalabas yun. Yan.
Idol.
Tapos yung late naman, named after the cabinet colleague, Gray Willis. Top 4.
Hello? Hello?
Then next.
Wala marinig.
And then,
Nasaan na?
Next.
top 4. Yan. But, country. Location, US. And installed capacity, 3,003 megawatts. Owner, Dominion Generation. Type, pump storage. Kapag pump storage kasi, dalawang reservoir ang yung upper then may lower. Kasi kapag po mababa yung consume ng kuryente, usually po sa gabi, nag-i-store po sila ng water. And then kapag naman po malakas yung consume ng kuryente, saka po nila gagamitin yun na storage. Ganun po. Then turbine. Opo. Then, ang turbine po ay 6 nila. 6, then Francis pump turbine ang gamit. Yung upper reservoir height niya ay 140 meters. Length is 670 meters. Capacity naman niya ay 43 million cubic meter. Bilisan na daw. Lower reservoir is height niya 41, then length is 730 meters. Capacity naman ng lower reservoir is 34 million. 447,000 cubic meters. Ito yung niya. Described as the largest battery in the world. So, yun siya yung malaking baterya. Construction began March 1977. Opening date, December 1985. Puro, late. The dam must be kept clear of trees. Kasi, nila na kapag may mga phenomena yung mga typhoons, maaaring makasira yung sa mismong reservoir. Then the 10th largest power plant in the US, Hoover Dam by comparison, produces only 2/3 the power of that country. So, kaya pala siyang i-compare sa Hoover Dam. Then the water that produces and store energy is called powerful. 3 power tunnels with a diameter of 8.7 meters and 300-meter high shafts. The tunnel and stop system includes 7.2 kilometer of tunnels. During hot summer peak period, yun nga, kapag mataas ang consume ng kuryente, all 6 turbines use 13 million gallons of water a minute. So, ganun. But is capable of maintaining this production for 10 hours. So, yun. Pumping or storing is capable of moving all the water to the upper reservoir in about 11 hours. Pinakang highlight din dito kapag pump storage, kailangan mo parang nagagamit mo pa ulit-ulit yung tubig. Top 3. Churchill Falls. Country, Canada. Number of turbine, 11. Hindi din naka-indicate ko anong turbine yung ginamit. Installed capacity, 5,428 megawatts. Height, 75 meters. Length, 64 kilometers. Number of turbine, naulit siya, 11. Then yung annual generation, 35,000 gigawatts hour. So yung reservoir niya creates small wood. Total capacity ng reservoir is 32.4 cubic kilometers. Wala akong makitang picture yung mismong ano nila, yung latest na kung saan nakalagay, parang underground ata to, known as Grand River, the first significant landmark for local indigenous people. The Inao believe that to look at this aspiring falls meant this. Construction began, opo, sir, 1967 and opening date, 1974.
Okay, the second one, the top two is the Robert Bourassa Generating Station. It's from Canada. It is an embankment dam. Reservoir volume of 61.7 billion cubic meter. Ang height niya ay 162 meters. Length ay 2,800 meter or 2.8 kilometer. Turbine niya, meron siyang 16 na 351 megawatt Francis turbines, which makes an installed capacity of 5,600 megawatts. Operational siya noong 1981. So formerly known siya as the Grande 2. So siya ay hydroelectric power station sa La Grande River, part ng Hydro-Quebec James Bay Project sa Canada. So yun nga, yung yung na-generate niya na 5,600 megawatts. It is Canada's largest hydroelectric power station, ranks 12th place sa list ng largest hydroelectric power station at world's largest underground power station. So ang first place ay yung Grande Dam. Siya ay sa United States. Concrete gravity dam siya. Reservoir volume 12 billion cubic meter. Structure volume 9.15 million cubic meter. Hindi siya gaano katangkad at kalawak with a height of 168 meters. Length na 379 meters. Marami siyang turbine kaya siya ang number 1 sa North America. 27 na Francis turbines at 6 pump generators. Hindi lang nakaspecify yung kung ilang megawatts yung per turbine. Pero ang grand total niya ay 6,800 megawatts. Operational siya noong pang 1942. Tanda na po. So the dam has 4 power plants. Yung original, yun yung dati pang pinagawa, yung 1941. Ang tawag sa kanya ay left power plant at right power plant. Tapos sumunod, yung dalawa pa, each with houses 9 large generators and split by the spillway, which is 1,300 feet wide and covers an area of 13.26 acres. Yun lang po.